History is never meant to be repeated, but is meant to be preserved. Distinguished alumni Mike Sekletar has been preserving history for more than 5 years right here in Amherst.
Well, I wanted to challenge myself, and I always wanted to paint some big, large scale, and I just decided to just do it.
With consent from the city, Mike started his biggest project yet. This was his way of giving back to veterans who have served our country.
I wanted to give back to the veterans in my own way, and just a thank you for your service and what they've sacrificed for us.
And Mike has continued to give back to his hometown by painting a Vietnam mural and his newest addition, a Korean War mural.
With the Vietnam Wall, this is a painting that was done in 1988 by Lee Teeter. The only thing I did separate besides recreate the famous painting was I added the 98 men that lost their lives in Vietnam.
But each project requires a detailed method for a picture-perfect result.
I did like a scale drawing first. It was basically like a rough sketch using paint, just black paint on a gray wall, and then where it's supposed to be, and then rendered it, all the shading, all the actual painting.
The fallen soldiers we have lost will always be remembered in our hearts. Forevermore, Mike Sekletar will be recognized for his talents and achievements along with local Korean War veteran Louis Repko.
I was a wireman. I strung wire from our headquarters up into the next regiment, and then they transferred into the line companies.
On one of his missions, Louis was fortunate enough to be in the right place at the right time.
Hasty retreat. We went, when we first got there, we went right straight up to the 30th parallel. Well, we weren't there 4 hours, and we had messages that we were surrounded, so we had to hightail out of there. So I think we traveled maybe 50 miles towards Busan.
And on his way out, a photographer stamped the iconic photo of Louis and his comrades that landed them on the cover of Life magazine in 1950. This photograph is the centerpiece of Mike's newest mural.
So my son and I decided that he's going to put your portrait on the wall. And I was elated when I heard that, and I don't know how many times I go by there to look and see how they're doing. But no, that was the greatest feeling. And I told Mike, I says, you know what, Mike? I says, I've seen a lot of pictures, but this picture here is better than the one on the cover of Life magazine.
Remember what John F. Kennedy once said, "The cost of freedom was always high, but Americans have always paid for it." This is David Burgett for Steel News Live.